Taylor Russo-Griggs' cause of death has been determined. The TikTok star died on October 4th at age 25, and now a spokesperson for her family tells Today.com that Taylor passed away after suffering complications from asthma and Addisons disease.
It just sucks because I'm 24 years old. I should be in my prime. I should be able to carry my suitcase up the stairs. I should be able to walk to the mailbox.
Taylor's husband, Cameron Grigg, gave her fans the sad news on social media.
Endocrine disorders. For Addison's disease, think absent or low secretion of steroid hormones. Typically, aldosterone regulates BP through RAS, and cortisol helps the body manage stress and alters metabolism. In Addison's, we will see low BP, sodium, and glucose from the low secretion of steroid hormones. Side note, this will induce salt cravings. Because everything is low, we will see low weight, temperature, energy, mood, and loss of body hair. I like to think of a girl named Addison, who's super small, skinny, and really tan for this one. There are two things that we see that are high: pigmentation and hyperkalemia. Remember to watch out for risky changes to heart rhythms. For treatment, it's simple. We add what the body is missing, steroids ending in zone that will be lifelong. We can also teach simple diet changes, but we always want to watch for too much of these changes when replenishing the body, like swelling, hyperglycemia, osteoporosis, and cataracts. Without treatment, Addisonian crisis can occur and will be in part 2.
Addison's disease, well then you are correct. The symptoms of Addison's disease can vary, but generally include fatigue, weakness, weight loss, decreased appetite, darkening of the skin, dizziness from that orthostatic hypotension when standing up, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, craving salty foods, muscle or joint pain, and irritability, depression, and even hypoglycemia, that low sugar, and alopecia, that hair loss. It's diagnosed through a medical history, physical exam, and ACTH stimulation test, and serum cortisol and aldosterone levels. Also, imaging can be used like MRIs and CT scans to rule out other causes of adrenal insufficiency. Now, in terms of treatments, this involves taking medications that replaces hormones that the adrenals are not really producing. Remember, in Addison's, you have to add some steroids. This typically involves taking cortisol and aldosterone on a daily basis.
Now, a problem with your adrenal glands, which are going to rest just on top of your kidneys in your mid-back region. Now, the adrenal glands produce a bunch of different hormones, but the one that's primarily affected is going to be cortisol, which is your stress hormone. Now, stress is actually good for you as long as it's in certain conditions, amounts, and circumstances. But if you don't have enough cortisol, your body's going to have a bunch of different problems, including nausea, vomiting, fatigue, depression, you name it. In fact, you can even go into something called an adrenal crisis, which is life-threatening, and you have to get it taken care of immediately. But the nice thing is about Addison's, it is treatable for the most part with what are called corticosteroids, such as hydrocortisone and prednisone. So that is great to hear. The user afternoon tea, but make it fast, which is an incredible name, nailed it.
Adrenal glands don't produce enough hormones. Cortisol, the body's stress response maestro, and aldosterone, the salt level regulator, are on a low. Globally, Addison's impacts 1 in every 100,000 people. That's a small number, but the impact is massive. The UK alone sees about 800 new cases each year. Now, prognosis, with proper treatment, those with Addison's can lead a normal, healthy life. But if left untreated, it can lead to an Addisonian crisis, a life-threatening situation needing immediate medical attention. On to treatment. Hormone replacement therapy is the way to go, replacing what your body can't produce. Regular doctor visits, a balanced diet, and stress management are key. Remember, awareness can change the game. See a doctor if you suspect Addison's.
Addison and Cushing syndrome. Remember, Addison's, we have an absence of steroids, so steroids are low. Clients appear small, weak, and tanned. Now, Cushing's, we have a cushion of steroids, so high steroids, big, round, and hairy. So for the pathophysiology, just think we have to A, add some steroids, and added stress will kill. And for Cushing, think of the double C's. Cushing, we have high cortisol, so clients appear like a cushion, a huge pillow, or basically an airbag. Now, simply remember ADDS and KUSH for the signs and symptoms. A for added tan, added potassium over 5.0, decreased weight, decreased blood pressure, hair, and sugar, sodium loss 135 or less, and salt craving. Now for